Hey, how's it going? I am Skinny Beans, and today we're going to be watching the Optimal Team Comp. This is from TierZoo, so I thought this one sounded kind of entertaining to see. So this one says, "Pick two, they will defend you. The rest is coming to kill you." So I thought this one kind of sounded fun. It caught my attention, and I've been really liking the TierZoo channel a lot. So but this one kind of popped out at me, so I figured we watch this one today. If you do get a chance, I would appreciate if you can leave a like and subscribe. It would help me out a bunch. And I have TierZoo's video link in my description below, so be sure to go and subscribe to them and watch their videos, like their videos, show them lots of support. He does a great job with these. I really enjoy these a lot. So, all right, let's see what our meta comp is here.
This episode was sponsored by Skillshare. This picture right here. I've been sent this more times than I can count.
I don't know what I would pick though. Okay, so pick two. They will defend you. The rest is coming to kill you. So you get 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles, 3 bears, 7 water buffaloes or bulls, maybe, a hunter, 15 wolves, 1,000 rats, 5 gorillas, and 4 lions. You gotta pick two and the rest are coming. I think I would choose maybe the eagles and I'm gonna say gorillas, maybe. I don't know. Eagle gorilla, or maybe eagle wolves. I don't know. I don't know. I would say that would be maybe my picks. Either one of those. I don't know. I don't know though. I definitely don't feel confident in my choice.
And since my sub count has been spiking lately, I have no issues being a crowd pleaser. So here it is, TierZoo's guide to winning the most famous battle puzzle of 2018. The puzzle goes that you can choose 2 groups of animals from the options on this list. Real quick, that's a choice between 50 golden eagles, 10 saltwater crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 7 bull cattle, 1 human, 15 gray wolves, 10,000 rats, 5 lowland gorillas, and 4 African lions. To start, let's take a look at the stats of each contender in the fight.
Yeah.
So eagles easily have the highest mobility out of all the options here, as they're the only option with the ability to fly.
See, like I feel like that would probably be an advantage, right? Like you got the vantage point, you can fly. I don't know, like they're not dumb, so that's probably a plus.
With mid to high damage and intelligence, coupled with the second highest group size on the list, they're looking pretty viable. Next we have the saltwater crocodile. It's got the highest power stat of any animal on this list, and could easily one-shot anything it can get its jaws on. But it also has the lowest mobility of any option here.
Right, I don't know, like I was like my angle was like air and land type of combination, you know. um I feel like crocodile is like situational, right? Like if you were in the right situation for them to be at like more top tier than I guess any situation, or I guess battle, or like in this instance, right? um I don't know. I don't know if I guess that's why I didn't choose them.
At least on land anyway. Next up we have the bear. None of its stats are the highest of their respective category, but combined they do easily have the highest base stat total. But they also have the second lowest group size of all the options.
True.
Next we have the bulls. Bulls have the highest HP and defense of any option on this list, and their powered mobility stats are nothing to scoff at either. Next we have the human. The human has the highest intelligence stat of any of the options on this list, allowing it to use equipment. In the photo it appears to be armed with a rifle, meaning that it's the only option with a ranged attack. While normally a human's base power stat is pretty weak, with a rifle it jumps up to tie with the crocodile, which can
Right, that's true too. So I don't know. I still wouldn't pick the human.
one-shot any of the other contenders. Next up we've got the wolves. Excellent mobility plus decent intelligence and power, but low defense and HP. Notably also has the third highest group size. Next
Right, but I wonder if is the group size supposed to be deceiving, or is this like we should know better about things?
up we have the rats. The lowest base stat total by far, but also the highest group size, beating the next highest by 3 orders of magnitude. Next we've got the gorillas, very comparable to bears except with slightly lower stats and a slightly larger group size. And last we have the lions, very high damage output, plus the highest stealth of all the options available.
I feel like stealth is good, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that either. Because I was gonna say the lions, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Pretty low group size, but a powerful contender nonetheless. Alright, so now I'm going to rank them on the tier list as whether or not I see them as good choices. Keep in mind, this is specifically ranking them as to how useful they'd be defending you in this situation, as well as how important it is that they aren't part of the opposition. The bottom tier picks are going to be the gorillas and the bulls.
Oh, okay. So my choice was bad. Or at least one of them was. Got it.
The gorillas are strong, but every other option that has strength as its main factor is actually stronger. Gorillas
Oh, I guess that's a good point.
are not going to win in a one-on-one fight with bears, bulls, or crocodiles.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
They could potentially hold their own against lions, if they are able to see them coming before it's too late. But lions are stealthy, and I highly doubt they'd have trouble ambushing gorillas. But more importantly, gorillas don't really offer any unique advantages on defense. Strong as they are, defending against an armada of other animals requires strategy, and 5 gorillas just don't seem that useful for that. The cattle have a similar problem. Honestly, the cattle's biggest strength is that it's an unstoppable solid wall of mass. It would be really useful for breaching a defensive wall.
Oh.
If we were to flip the script and say choose 2 and send them on a mission to eliminate the VIP, cattle would be a lot higher on the tier list.
Right. Okay. That does make sense.
In D tier, I'm placing the bear. Honestly, if this list only had one of everything, I think I'd pick the bear. It's the best jack of all trades option, but the low group size is really holding
Right, the group size does kind of like add something to the mix here.
it back. In C tier, I'm going to place all of the builds which would be better or worse depending on the environment the battle takes place in. If there's cover to hide in, like bushes or tall grass, lions would be a huge threat. They could potentially take out larger threats before they even have a chance to reach the VP. And crocodiles could do the same. If I were allowed to choose the starting locations for everything in this situation, I would choose an island. Then all of the aggressors would be forced to swim to me.
Ah, right. Yeah, so I guess that's something that we don't know. So we have to like factor in like some sort of generalization with it.
Leaving them hilariously wide open to be insta-killed by crocodiles. But if the situation is a level playing field, like a simple wide open grassland, neither of these builds really have much of a purpose. In B tier, I'm placing the pack of wolves.
Okay. So B's not bad.
Wolves and dogs are excellent at crowd control and could reasonably be tasked with diverting charging animals away from a VIP. While they do have low HP, they could easily dodge attacks from the other builds on the list, except for maybe the lion, but I think their numbers would be enough to deter them. Wolves are also much more trainable than the other options on this list. So I'm not exactly sure how much control over the other animals is expected, but if it's contingent on their ability to understand commands, wolves are definitely standouts in that regard. Okay, so in A tier, I'm gonna do something a bit controversial and actually place the human here. The human is alone and armed only with a bolt action rifle, meaning defending against multiple targets is extremely difficult. It would almost certainly.
That is true. If you had a bolt action, yeah, you're not gonna be rapid firing that.
Bolt action rifle, meaning defending against multiple targets is extremely difficult. It would almost certainly lose if put in a fight with any of the other options on this list.
True.
But it's more important to note that the human does not need to win against any of the other animals. All it needs to do is land a clean shot on the VIP.
Oh, I guess that's true, huh? I didn't think of it that way. That is a good point.
Which you can feasibly do from nearly a kilometer away.
Yeah.
And so if the VIP does not choose the human as one of its defenders, they need a way to deal with them. Initially I thought that was impossible and was going to place them at top tier. But after thinking it through further, the human actually does have some hard counters. That's why I think the top tier choices are going to be the ones that can deal with the sniper effectively while also serving other purposes. And the best option for this is the eagles.
Yeah. That is a good point, because then I guess if you like didn't choose them, right? So then you'd have to worry about them, and those would be really hard to kind of like snipe out, right? And especially with how many, because you got there was like 50 eagles and 10,000 rats. Yeah.
The eagles could circle the battlefield looking for the sniper, and due to their excellent eyesight, they could almost certainly see him before he sees the VIP.
Yeah.
Then they could easily go for the eyes and make it so the sniper can't aim accurately, effectively making him a total non-threat. They could then easily harass the rest of the attacking army, attempting to blind them and make them unable to complete their mission.
This is
Obviously,
true.
the top choice is the rats. If you don't pick this as one of your two, you're going to get overrun immediately. Choosing the rats and eagles
yeah.
means you have over.
Yeah, so that's like, I mean, it is like a numbers game too, but you know, if you have, I mean, like 10,000 rats scurrying around and then you have the eagles in the air, yeah, that's a pretty good army.
200 rats to pit against every other combatant, which is more than enough to win the fight. Strong as bears are, 200 rats will still be able to take them down, especially if they've had their vision damaged by eagles. So there you have it. Rats and eagles is the correct choice. You can all stop sending me this meme on Twitter now.
I mean, that's good. That's good. I would agree. I would support his choices. I totally agree with what he says because that does make a lot of sense. It's good. Good.
But picking the right options is difficult without a guide who knows their stuff. This is true for animal deathmatch puzzles, but is also true when it comes to knowing which stocks to invest in.
Well, I would say this was a great video. I really like this one. This was good. I like that he got tagged in all this so that he could, you know, give his input on it. Because I could see people thinking like size matters as like the gorilla would be a good choice or the bear. I can also see you know, like when you kind of look at them individually, they all have like a lot of strengths. So I could totally see, you know, people thinking crocodiles or the lions or even like a, you know, like when you think of like a pack of wolves, like that's like pretty intense. But it does make sense with the eagle and the rats though. That does make a lot of sense. I did pick eagle originally though. I totally flopped on my other two choices, um but now that he puts in that perspective, I'm like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. That makes more sense. Which, you know, I am not the expert, so I'm glad we got to watch the expert and see. But this was good. I really like this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys being here. As always, please make sure to go and like and subscribe to TierZoo. It's a great channel. It's really cool. I really like the video game aspect that he throws on this. I really enjoy it. So be sure to go give him lots of support. He makes really good videos as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.